Hi there guys, thank you for stopping by to share with Julie today. I hope you're having a fantabulous day today. Now Sarah asked me about vitamin D and also vitamin B12, and I figured I would do a video about these. Now vitamin D, we get vitamin D when the UV light of the sun come in direct contact with our skin, and so that's how we create vitamin D in our bodies. Now, vitamin D is very important, and the reason for this is that it helps to promote gut health, helps to improve mood. It plays a role, of course, in boosting our immune system. It's also necessary in order for us to absorb calcium, we must have adequate amount of vitamin D. So these are some of the important roles of vitamin D. And also, in addition to that, people are realizing how important the sun is, and they're using the sun in various treatment methods. They're using it as a part of their methods to deal with, of course, issues such as osteoporosis, tuberculosis. Studies have also shown that vitamin D from the sun can also help to shrink fibroid tumors. So the sun is, of course, important to our health. There are different types of vitamin D supplements out there. There is D2, which is from yeast and some other plant-based material, basically synthetic materials. D3, that is mainly animal source, and of course they also have vegan versions of D3 available people. But in general, I will say this, go out in the sun. There is some resistance from a lot of people in terms of going out in the sun. Some people are actually afraid of going out in the sun. Why are people afraid of going out in the sun? Because they have been told for a long time that the sun will give you cancer. Stay away from the sun, and if you do go out in the sun, lather the skin with sunscreen. And some people are of the belief now, even today, that if they go out in the sun, they will get cancer, and if they do, they must put a lot of sunscreen on, not realizing that the sunscreen itself is actually carcinogenic. These meaning it leads to cancer. And I don't think these things are stressed enough, because when you see people out at the summer now and they've lathered the skin with sunscreen, then you realize that really and truly, maybe the message is just not getting out there. And people don't need to fear the sun. There is a lot of sun phobia, and a lot of it has been perpetrated by the medical community, that people ought to fear the sun. Mind you, you don't need to stay long in the sun to get benefit. You can stay in the sun from anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes, and it all depends on your skin color. How dark you are or light you are, because the lighter you are, the less you need to stay in the sun, and the darker you are, the longer you need to stay in the sun, because the lighter skin, the sun will penetrate a lot quicker, and so you'll be able to convert into the vitamin D a lot quicker than somebody who is darker, where it takes longer for the sun to penetrate the darker you are. And so I would say, before you go and pop the next bottle of vitamin D supplements, look at, just go for a walk in the sun. Go for a walk in the sun, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Sit in the park, take your lunch break, you go out in the sun. Whenever the sun is out, you take an opportunity to go out in the sun. Don't sit in the office whole day. Don't be afraid of the sun. We all need some amount of exposure to the sun, and nothing that you take, let me repeat this, nothing that you take will or can replace that which the sun provides. And there are also researches that are actually showing that these vitamin D supplements are not providing the benefits that people have been sold on. They're not preventing fractures, bone fractures. They're not improving bone density, and not helping with diabetes. And because these are some of the reasons why people are taking these the vitamin D, because they have been told that it could help in these situations. And in fact, there's also studies that show that it can actually, some of these vitamin D supplements can actually increase the risk of heart disease. So these are some things that we should consider. I don't take supplements. I have no inclination to take supplements, really. I rather look to natural sources of getting supplements. And I'm not telling you that you shouldn't take your supplements. What I am saying to you is, before you take up that bottle of supplements, and ask yourself, can this really help? What is the research showing? And don't just look at what the supplement industry is telling us. And I know it can be confusing. Because even in my research, I come up on information from people who are somewhat authorities, and it is very confusing. You've got to have your head on straight, or you'll be led astray, and people have different agenda also. So that's what I have to say to you today, and I will put some information below regarding some of the research that is available. And so I hope you found this useful, guys. Subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos. Don't forget, be the change you'd like to see in this world. Have a fantabulous day today. Ta-ta.